Hello and welcome to the Knitting Society. This year we're expanding how we teach knitting via videos. These videos will be put in a playlist in the order you need to watch them in order to learn how to knit your first project. This video will teach you how to cast on. Casting on simply means starting the work, and in knitting it means creating this first row of stitches that won't unravel or fall out. For this video you will need one knitting needle, one yarn with a slip knot and one thumb. This is the thumb cast on method. It's relatively easy, so very good for beginners, and it's very fast, so it's also useful for large projects. So first of all, take your knitting needle and you want to place this loop from the slip knot onto the needle. Now pull it so that the knot ends up right next to the needle. You don't want it too close, otherwise it'll make it more difficult in order to knit later, so you still want a little bit of a gap there. Yep. Important note, I am right-handed, so I will be showing you how to do this in the right-handed method. So first of all, you want to hold your needle in your right hand, like so, with the point facing away from you. Now you want to place the long end of the yarn, which is the end attached to the ball of yarn, cross your left palm, like so, and just hold it in place using your fingers like that. Just a quick note, if your short yarn feels a bit too long and you might get confused, feel very free to just snip it off a little bit so it's shorter and it's not more of a complication. So now we've got hold of the yarn, we're going to want to wrap the yarn around our thumb. So using the long end of the yarn that's between our fingers and the needle, we're going to go around the thumb clockwise. So starting from the right, we go left, we go around, and we come forward. So we get that nice loop there. I'll show you again. From right, go left, round the back, and forward. Show you one more time just for clarity, because I know my arm keeps getting in the way. From right to left, round the back and forwards. So we get this nice little loop here that you can see. We want that. That's very, very important. Okay, so this step, all we need to do is, using our needle point, go up through this loop and put it onto our needle. So that's it. That's how you cast on. Now you need to repeat this a few times, so I'll show you all the way from the beginning again. So we go from right to left, round the back, forward, up through this loop using the point of the needle, and just slide it onto the needle. So now we've got 3 stitches, including the slip knot. Again, from right to left, round the back, forward, point of the needle between our thumb and the yarn, slip it on, it's on the needle. You don't want these to be too tight, as that will make it more difficult to knit later. When it's loose, you're more likely to lose the stitches, but if it's too tight, you're going to have a real difficult time knitting later. We don't want that to happen. So I'll show you one last time. Yarn, long end, fingers, thumb, from the right to the left, round the back, bring it forward. We've got the nice little loop here. We're going to go from underneath, up. I'm going to slip it on. And we just keep going like that. So yeah, this is the thumb cast on method. You can probably imagine why it's named that. You can just keep adding stitches until you're satisfied, either until you feel like you've really got a hang of this cast on method, or until you feel like this is about the right amount of stitches you want to use for your first project. We often get questions about how many stitches you should add on. It varies depending on what you want to do. If you just want to practice, you might want to put more on, so you've got good practice with the cast on method. You can always take off extra stitches by simply pulling them off the end of the needle, and it's done. There's no harm to the yarn, completely fine. If you're wanting to make a scarf, which is quite a long first project, but if you're a patient person, it's a very nice one. You probably want about 30 cast on stitches. Bookmarks, usually about 10 if you're going to knit it lengthways, so it'll go out like that. or 50 if you want to knit it so it's just a short one but all the stitches go up and down like that. Thank you.